After an injury, many lives can be affected. So who is eligible to make an insurance claim? I'm Miranda Kahn, and you're watching WPTV's Ask the Attorney web chat. And joining me today, once again, is Bill Williams. He is a partner at the personal injury law firm of Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivey, and Fronrath. And Bill, always good to have you back. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you for having me.
So today's topic is accident recovery. Can you explain what that means exactly?
Basically, when someone is involved in a motor vehicle collision, they have a right to recovery for certain damages. So let's say the typical I-95 collision where someone is hit, somebody is texting, a collision occurs, they're entitled to recovery for their medical expenses, lost wages, and certain pain and suffering human damages as allowed by Florida law.
Let's talk about expenses, because you brought up medical expenses. What expenses can he or she try to make a claim for with the insurance company? What's all involved there?
Well, against the at-fault party's insurance company, an individual under Florida laws is entitled to recover a claim for their past lost wages, the cost of their past medical expenses, and then their human damages, their mental pain and suffering, mental anguish, disfigurement, inconvenience, loss of enjoyment of life. If those injuries are permanent as documented by a medical doctor, then they're entitled to recover their damages for their future loss of earning capacity, the present money value of the cost of medical care in the future, and if their injuries are permanent, their mental pain and suffering, mental anguish, and those human damages over the remaining life expectancy.
In addition to the actual victims themselves, can family members, make a claim as well?
In a marriage situation, the spouse of an injured victim is entitled to what's called consortium damages, the loss of the comfort, society, and attentions in the past and in the future of their spouse as to what they've had to do and what they've gone through because of their spouse's injuries.
Right, because they might have depended on that person for income, per se. Is it difficult to equate some of these expenses? Do you have experts that kind of help you tabulate when you talk about pain and suffering and wages and stuff like that?
Well, basically, every case is unique on its own individual merits for the pain and suffering or human damages that individual sustained. So that basically comes down to the testimony of the individual and how they've been affected, and the medical experts. And then for the lost wages and the cost of medical care, that will rest upon the shoulders of a vocational rehabilitation expert and an economist.
How important, especially when it comes to this topic, is it to hire an attorney, an expert in the field?
It's very important, because the attorney's obligation is to maximize the recovery for the injured victim against the accountable party who is responsible for their damages. Don't sell yourself short. An individual's damages have to be fully evaluated as to how that person is going to be affected in the past and over their remaining life expectancy.
And is there any cost to hiring an attorney, consulting with an attorney with your firm, for example?
Absolutely not. We basically only get paid if we make a recovery for the injured party.
Well, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for questions today. We learned a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll have an attorney here with Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivey, and Fronrath here every month answering the questions you submit online in the Ask the Attorney section of our website. If we didn't get to your questions during this webcast, we'll make sure that someone does respond to you with an answer. So make sure to get those questions in. I'd like to get them. And thanks for joining us as always.